Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stamp and Create with Beth. I'm Beth Roy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today is Monday, February 3rd, 2025. So I'm just pulling up my video. If you pop in while I'm getting ready, say hi. And I'm going to check and try to situate my camera here better. So just let my notifications go out, trying to get, like I said, situated so we can have a good view. Hello, Joan. Good morning to you. It is afternoon here where I am. And today I want to talk to you about kids' Valentines. Thank you for that, love. So if you pop in, say hi. If you watch the replay, let me know you watched. I'd love to say hi to you. But today I'm going to show you what I do with my kiddo. Now, I didn't do this with all my kids, my older kids. By the time I kind of really got into paper crafting and beyond scrapbooking, doing cards, they were older. But I wanted to show you some cards I've made in the past. So I've done quite a few videos on this, I feel. And I will be sharing some of those older videos throughout this week. But I wanted to show you this because maybe you would like to make a smaller Valentine card, or, you know, maybe cards for some kiddos that are in your life, your grandkids, your nieces, nephews, or maybe you have a kiddo that is in elementary, or a grandson, granddaughter, or somebody that would like to have cards like this to hand out. So yeah, we can go to the store and we can buy boxes of pre-made character cards. All the kids are buying them, right? Well, this is a way that you could make your own and make your kiddos unique. So, here's some that I've made. We had these treat bags, I think it was last year. So I just wanted to show you this. I found some. I found one that I hadn't used. So you could get treat bags and decorate them just like this. You could find food safe bags on Amazon, or I believe we have some boxes. But these were cute to add some treats to and hand out, and you can stamp and decorate them. So if you still have those in your stash, get them out and use them up. And then let me show you these. So these are small, just little cards. Some are using retired things. Some are things that we still have, like this little robot set. These robots. This kit is on sale. I think it was like, oh, I just looked at it. Now I can't remember the cost, but it was very, very cheap. Okay. Here's a robot set that we had. I love this set. I still have it. It's retired, but you may have it in your stash. It, I think it was meant to be a Valentine's set. And then here's a set we currently have. So we still have the turtles, and we still have this cute bunny. We still have the deer. This is a retired set, but this was something you might have. So when my kiddo wants to make these cards, we go through and look at what I have. So here's some that I made. Okay. I think my kid did turtles last year. One year he did these. This was an old set. And we didn't stamp them Happy Valentine's Day. We stamped them with fun messages like, "You're awesome." This one says, "High five. Let's be friends." Now, some of them say Happy Valentine's Day, but some of them just say, "You're cool." Or I think one of these says, so those are "You're cool." This one says, "You're sweet." And that's an older set. And then we also have the milkshake set that you could do. So this was a layered card. I did these for teachers. You only decorate one side, and then you're going to write on the back your to and your from. So some teachers, I know one year my son only had to sign his name, and then he just had to have enough to get out there, give out. Some teachers like for them to write the to and from, but that's what you do on the back. Hey Maggie, good morning to you. So there's lots of things you can do with this size of card, and it's cute. So if you like to send a little treat to grandkids, niece or nephew, neighbor kids, kids, maybe kids you babysit, your class, this would be cute for teachers to use too. So I have all of these, and this was probably my favoriteest. This was a blue. It was Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, and Calypso Coral. So I love those colors together. This was the same color scheme, but we used the robots. And this is a kit. It's a birthday kit. But this high five came from a journal or an album kit that we had. I think that kit's gone. But basically, you're going to use images that you have, and you're going to use sayings. You could also... in case you didn't know this, you could also print this from your printer, okay? How I do that when I print something is I create a text box the size of the card. So I'm going to tell you the size here in a minute. You can get 8 of these mini cards from one sheet of cardstock. So you could make a text box, copy it so that you have 4 in each row. And then you could put sayings, and then print them, and then stamp your images. So you could do that as well. If you don't have stamps or sayings that you really want, you could do that. My kiddo does not like to say Happy Valentine's Day. He just feels like he doesn't want to be all lovey-dovey with the students in his class, and that's fine. I encourage him to do it how he likes. So I love that. Joan, you made your grandsons? Yes. So my kiddo's getting toward the end of where we probably won't be doing these anymore, but I absolutely love making these. So the measurements for your cards are, let me just pull one in here. So you can do them, whichever way you like, landscape or portrait. And they are 2 3/4 inches by 4 1/4. So that's, you cut this in half and then you get 4 from each half. So today I was trying to decide what images to use because, I love all kinds of different images. And I think a lot of times when we think Valentine's, we think either our kid's favorite superhero or a character, but I also want you to think we have lots of pet sets that are retired. We have lots of fish, and I have a set that had a tent with a bear. We did that one year. I don't remember which video I shared already, but that might be one of them. That's one I'm going to share to show you how I did it. But we have so many images, so I don't want you to limit yourself to just hearts. Okay, my son doesn't want to have anything with hearts on it. We also have, currently we have a motorcycle set you can buy. If you don't have something, we have that deer that was on one of the cards I showed. We have the turtle. We have a new set I haven't used. Well, it's not new. It's new to me. I haven't used it. We still have the Playing in the Rain. That's where the bunny came from. We have Under the Moon. So this would be a really cute set too. With the sailboat or maybe dolphins. We have this set. And you're just looking for images that you like. Okay, so think about what your kiddo likes or what the kids that you're giving them to like. We have a fishing set. We have the bird set, the bird's eye view. That has some cute birds. We have the airplane set. So, think of some things that you could use. And if you have ideas of images or stamp sets, if you have the name, pop those in the comments so that we can help everyone come up with some ideas. So here's what I wanted to use today. And this is a very old set. And it does have dies with it. But I was thinking of hot air balloons. We do currently have a hot air balloon set available in my online store. However, I don't own that particular set. Now, we've had a couple different ones, I think, but this is the set that I own, and it does have dies. So I could build a hot air balloon out of die cuts and make it very colorful. I do like to get my son involved. So these aren't necessarily going to be his, but I wanted to help you kind of think about what you can use. What do you have in your stash? If you want to buy something new, you can hop over to my online store, bethroy.stampin'up.net, and you can search for some images there that you may love. Maybe you like animals, or like I said, we have the plane set. I love the airplane set. We also have this cute set. There's going to be a video coming soon with this car. Okay. We have that cute set. It's a wedding set, but you could use it for Valentine's. We have kits that you might want to repurpose those images. We have sailboats. We have all kinds of things that you could grab, okay? But I also want you to think about what you already have. So what do you guys think about a hot air balloon? And I also, oh my gosh, I don't know if anyone watching has this, but I loved this Peekaboo Farm. And so I love doing the little characters. You can pair whatever sayings you want with it. So this is retired, but I love it. I also still have this one. I loved these robots. Like I said, I think this was kind of a Valentine's set, but it also has happy birthday to you. But I also wanted to show you. So this is a current set, but it says you make my heart smile. So I want you to think about the sayings that you have if your kiddo doesn't like to say Happy Valentine's Day. Here's another one I pulled out. I've used this a ton. This tennis shoe, this was a celebration set from many, many, many years ago. And I've used this shoe image so much. I can't even count how many cards I've made with it. But it also has this really cool, You're Awesome. I also pulled out, this is another celebration set I had, and I think these had died. So if you love sheep, this would be perfect. You're Amazing. Here's those popsicle and ice cream treats that's had You're Cool and You're Sweet. So those are some sayings that my kid likes to say. I also had this treehouse set. This would make a cute Valentine's card too. These are big stamps. But it also has, hey kid, you're awesome. And it's photopolymer, so you could just ink You're Awesome. It also says you can do anything. And then here's one I pulled out just because it says you truly inspire me. I don't know if I like the font for a kid's Valentine's, but I wanted to show you some ideas, okay? Just to get you kind of thinking. I dig you. Oh, that would be cute. Yeah, the construction. I have an old set. I think it has construction or some kind of vehicles. It's actually a wood mount stamp. I have so many wood mount stamps. I have a pirate set. I used to buy only kid sets because that was mostly, I was making kids cards mostly. And so I have some really, really cute older sets, and I need to figure out how to convert them to maybe cling stamps so I can actually use them, because I just don't stamp with the wood mount as often. I can still use them, and I still do, but yeah, lots of great sets. So I thought I would use this balloon and just see where we go. And I might stamp maybe all of the cards different. I don't know. I just wanted to play today and spend some time with you and get you thinking, because my kid's list for his class is coming home today. And so we're going to start thinking about what he wants those to look like. And he may want just a variety. You just saw the stack I have. I probably have close to enough to not even make any if he just wants to use what I have done. But we'll see. So the first thing I do is I'm going to cut my 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, and I'm using white. So if you want to layer yours and make it kind of fancy like I did, I don't even know where that stack of cards went, like I did with this one where I used designer series paper, you could use another color. You just want to be careful because on the back we want to be able to write the to and the from, right? We're going to put all the detail on the front. It is not a folding card. This one looks like some pink from my ribbon rubbed off onto it. But I I like to use white for that reason. You could still use, gray granite, you could use smoky slate, pool party, soft sea foam, petal pink, some of the lighter crumb cake. You could use some of the lighter colors and still write with maybe a black ink pen or something and still see the names. So don't be afraid to do a colored cardstock. But for today, I'm going to use white because that's my first choice. So I'm going to use an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, and I'm going to cut it in half on the 8.5 inch side at 4 1/4 inch. So if you have questions while I'm going along, just stop me and I will answer your questions. So now I have this piece. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to cut it at 2 3/4. And I'm going to stand up because I can't see very well. So I'm sorry if I create a shadow. 2 3/4. So if you want to do a bigger card for your kiddo, you can. But I find this size mimics that those cards that you buy at the store. And it fits nicely into whatever kids bring. So if they have a bag or a little mailbox, they're not bulky. And I wanted to show you, you're probably wondering what is happening here. Sometimes our paper is a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11. And so sometimes you have this little strip, and it really bothers me when they're not equal when I stack them. So if it doesn't bother you, then you don't have to worry about cutting off that little tiny edge. It's about 1/8 of an inch, but it does bother me. So I cut it off. So let's see. So 2 3/4. So I love that you also get 8 cards out of one sheet. So I used to run a class where parents would bring their kids, and I would have these pre-cut, and they would choose, and I would have like 4 to 6 card designs. So one year I have a stamp set that was called Foxy Friends. If anyone remembers that set, I've used it a ton. I did that, and we had a knight set that had maybe a unicorn, a mermaid, a knight, I think a dragon, and I loved that set. And the kids would basically stamp, I would help them stamp it, and then they would use their Crayolas, their pencils or markers, whatever they wanted, to color in line stamps, or some stamps like the Foxy Friends was solid, and we would help them stamp and layer the characters. And so I used to run this as a class, and a lot of times kids would have, 23 kids or 30 kids, but the box of Valentines would only come in 20s. And so they would always have waste. Well, doing it this way, you don't have waste. You can make the exact amount you need. And even if I had extra of these left over, I could stamp this out as a layer and use it later on one of my cards, okay? And make a full-size card. So sorry, I'm still drinking coffee. So I had a little coffee break there. Okay, so let's do this. And I also wanted to show you this. I started to get my stamps out today, and I realized I haven't used this set in a while, and it was the old clear mount, okay? So they weren't real sticky. Here, I don't think I converted. Yeah, I didn't put it on this one. So these were not real sticky. And let me just show you what happens. So when you try to pick it up, and then usually when you would ink it, it would fall off easily from the block. Where the cling, our new cling stickers, really hold on to the block. So we do sell this cling adhesive that you can buy, and I have put strips on the back of these so that they stick better to my blocks. Nothing's worse than getting your stamp inked up and it falls off because the ink, when you dipped it into the ink, the sticky wanted to fall off. So If you have some of these older, what were called clear mount stamps, you can buy that adhesive to do that. And I did my clouds and these and some of my sayings. So we're not going to use the sayings. You could say you soar above the rest. It does say congratulations, but just don't ink up that. But you could use that saying if you wanted. Love is in the air. I don't want to stamp that one. So that would be cute maybe for your husband or significant other. Let's see. Oh, I also used, let's see. Let me show you. I got out all my paper pumpkins, but I also had this retired set, and I love this Happy Valentine's Day. I like the font, so that's what I am using. Okay. I should have used this set the other day when we were talking about the Stamp and Doodle. These have all kinds of cute sayings with hearts, but use what you got. So if you, whatever you have, use what you like, what you've collected. Now I've got this big balloon, and it's small. I also like this for this reason, because I'm stamping a smaller card. So I like this image. Now the new balloon set that is available in my store, it has different sized balloons. So I really like that set, and I think it would be a good investment if you would like to get a hot air balloon. Okay, so the next thing is I pulled some colors over here. What do you guys think so far? I grabbed out Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, my grays, Basic Gray and Smoky Slate, Misty Moonlight, and Pool Party. So I just grabbed some colors. I didn't do any pinks, but you certainly could. You certainly could grab some pinks if you're making maybe a card for a girl and her favorite color is pink, then grab that color. So I'm trying to decide if I want to stamp this in gray and then add some color with one of my markers versus stamping this in blue. So I might do that. So I'm thinking my balloon's going to be blue, and then my saying's going to be in red. So we're going to keep it pretty simple. And I like basic gray, so I'm just inking this up, and that means my stripe's going to be gray. That's okay. And I'm just going to stamp it about the middle. And then let's stamp, you know what? I'm going to stamp the clouds in Pool Party. And let me I grabbed my Misty Moonlight marker, and I'm just going to add some color in here. Oh, that's really dark. I might not like this. I was expecting lighter. I don't know why, but maybe I won't color all of them. So this is just a Stampin' Write marker. It is not a blends. So it's going to be very much like the ink color from the ink pad. But you have to be careful when you're coloring, because it will show your lines. I'm not too worried about that. But one of the reasons why I grabbed this instead of a blend is because blends bleed through. And if you do that, then you're going to need to layer your cards if you want to do blends. Let's stamp some clouds. Red, white, and blue. Yeah. That's cute too. Yeah, don't think you have to just do you know, our traditional colors. So I'm going to stamp some clouds here. Oops. So pretty simple. And then I'm going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day in red. And you could add a little red to this too. And I'm using my little, I collect these from our paper pumpkins. So I'm going to use this cherry cobbler that I have in a spot because my big pad is giving me fits right now. So this is that Happy Valentine's Day from that other set. And we're just going to stamp that down on the bottom. So you can see this could come together pretty quickly. And I like to use the stamp positioner if I know that I'm going to use, all the same, and I want all the same design and I don't want it to change. I set it up on my stamp positioner and then I stamp the whole thing. So what do you think? Let's add, let me grab my red. I'm just going to grab my real red marker here. And we'll add a little red in here. And you could use Poppy Parade if you want a brighter red. But like I said, if you use a blend, it is going to bleed through. So think about it when you are planning. You could also use the watercolor pencils or whatever you have. Regular, if you're letting your kids do it, you could just let them use, their regular colored pencils, and then that looks cute too. I feel like I need a little gray here. Somewhere I have a gray marker. Nope, that's gray granite. Sorry, my markers, I forgot, were over here, not put away. Oh, well, gray granite it is because I can't find my smoky slate. I had my markers out when we did the doodle. And you could even add some color on those clouds if you wanted. Thank you. So I think this is cute. You can have this. You also have this decorative one that you could do 2 balloons. Here, let's stamp one of those. We're just going to do some really quick. What else would you guys like to see? What other stamp set would you like to see me make a little card with that I've shown? Well, I feel all greasy. So I stamped those. And let me stamp some clouds, and then we will color these with our watercolor pencils. try something a little bit different. Oh, sorry. I'm going to use this little cloud. And I'll stamp it Happy Valentine's Day. The sheeps. Oh yeah, that would be the Peekaboo Farm sheep, or the other ones from Celebration. So there's a different layout. The bees. I do not have the bee set. So I don't have, that is not a set I have. But those are cute. So now I just pulled in my watercolor pencils, and I have a couple sets of these. I have an older set, and then the newer ones. So this doesn't have like a misty moonlight, but it does have, let me see what blue this is. I might have to sharpen some. That's balmy blue. This just says blue. I think it's not the blue I want though. There we are, Night of Navy. So I don't have a Misty Moonlight pencil, but I do have a Night of Navy, so we can use that in place of the other one. And we'll just add some color here. So you can color this in. We have two different assortments of the pencils. So use what you have. I'm just adding some color. The other one, the bees. I'm going to have to look. Not sure which bee set. Sorry, Joan. It almost looks purpley, but that's okay. You could use your blender pen or your water painter on this and smooth it out. You just don't want to add too much because this is a 1-layer card, so it's not going to hold water like watercolor paper, and you don't want your card falling apart. So you could use the blender pen and just kind of wet it a little. It has an alcohol solution in it, and it will smooth this pencil. So you can do that if you want to smooth your lines. And this is actually Coastal Cabana. I'm going to use it on the clouds. It's going to add a little color. So this is something great if you stamp with your kiddo, or your niece or nephew or grandkids, and they can do the coloring. It's fun for them to be part of it and get to say, my card looks different because I made it. And it doesn't have to be filled in perfect. I'm just adding a little bit of color so it's not just plain white. There, so we just added a little bit of color. Okay, okay. I thought you meant the B one when you said the other one. I'm sorry. The sheep set from Celebration. Okay. I'll get that out. If I can get my storage thing back open here. My pencils always want to go flying everywhere. They're very well loved. As you can see, some of them are really short. Okay, so there's two different ones. We used, this was called Lift Me Up. That was the set. And the Happy Valentine's Day came from the Sweet Conversation. So those are retired. Again, use what you have. I like those sets. So I showed these. So this was an old Celebration set. And they are, I mean, it's newer because these are the cling. But we have some dancing, jumping. So let's do one this way so you can kind of see how you might do that. I'll take this and I'm going to stamp them in smoky slate. I want them to be a little bit lighter. And I'm not going to claim to be a sheep expert on what color these should be, but I'm just going to kind of go with it here. So I'm stamping it in smoky slate. And then instead of Happy Valentine's Day, I'm going to stamp, let's see if I can get this one to work. You're awesome. I think that's what, or no, it says you are amazing. I'm sorry. You're amazing. And you notice I didn't do it straight. It does not have to be straight. Now I'm going to get that gray pencil back out. So I have a basic gray pencil. And I'm just going to lightly color the face until I see how I want it to look. And then I'm going to get, there's a black pencil as well, and I'm going to use that on the ears. Okay. Now we're going to add some, let's add some, what color is this? Garden. I just grabbed some old olive, so whatever color you like. And I'm going to add some grass in here. And then we have several greens. So I have old olive, I have garden green, and I also have a granny apple green. So whatever greens you like, just gonna add some flicks in there of a couple different greens and maybe some light coloring. There we go. What do you think? Any thoughts to share? I'm gonna do, let me clean this, maybe one more. And then I'm going to let you guys go for the day. But I hope that I've given you some ideas. And I do want to show you, let me see, on these. So on these, I absolutely love these robots. And I used blends, but I want to show you, this is what I mean on the back. So if you use blends, it's going to have this on the back. And you may want to add maybe a label or, you know, and I say label because you can buy labels that are about this size to cover it, to write your to and from. Or you may want to add another piece of cardstock like this so that that doesn't show. What else would you guys like to see? Let me see what I have. You love the sheep. Aw, thank you. You know, I haven't used this set. Maybe I'll do two more. What if we do these? So here are some sets that you can get if you need to purchase. Maybe you don't have a lot of sets yet and you like these images. I just really like these. And I don't know what saying I want to put with it, but this is a large image. So I want to remind you, when you look at the front of the stamp set, if the images are not at 100%, it will tell you the percentage. So this says it's at 95%. So that means this stamp set's bigger than the image. So this is a large stamp if you wanted something that fills the page. The fish. Did I pull fish out? I have some really cute older sets. Sorry. I'm trying to put this back in the way it came out. I haven't even stamped with this yet. So that's my goal, is to maybe use this. This also reminds me of like that sea glass or whatever. I also have this set. And you can stamp the water and you can stamp the dolphins or the boat. And I really, really like that. So I'm going to do one of these really quick because I think that's a good set. Plus it has dolphins, so those are fun too. And I like this cloud. So let's do those 3 stamps. I'm going to do that really quick. And then we're going to, I'll do a fish one. Under the sea. I got to see what I have. Did I pull one? Oh, sorry, that was loud. Did I pull one out? No. Okay, I'll have to see. I just saw a fish set, but I don't know where it's at. So. Okay, so that This poor photopolymer needs cleaned very badly. It doesn't want to lift off my thing. Okay, so I'm going to stand up to stamp this. And I think I'm going to do it this, I'm going to do it a landscape one. Let me grab a scrap here. And then I'll see if I can find a fish set that I can grab really quick to use. I always like the fish, and I have one that has an octopus, and there's one that had a whale. So, and I think there's a fish set right. Oh my goodness, look, that one doesn't want to stick. I've used it so much. That's okay. So I'm going to stamp this like this. There we go. And I'm not worried about that it doesn't fill up the whole space. There can be white space. It's cleaning my stamp pretty good. Yes, you could definitely do the moon. That would be a cool Valentine's as well. Oh, wait, I'm going to do my clouds and some pool party. Sorry, I'm shaking my camera. You love the ocean themed? Me too. I really like a lot of those sets. We'll see how many I can stamp quickly. So this is Pool Party and Misty Moonlight. Now this set, this Under the Moon set, it doesn't have any words. So you're going to pair with it whatever you like. And you could always do the dolphin too. That's fun. Okay. So if you don't like to use red, just use whatever colors you like. I'm going to do so maybe you have someone that likes some boats, and that would work. Okay, let me do, I didn't really grab out any of these. I'm going to do this little sand dollar one with some of these. I'm calling this sea glass. I don't know what it's meant to be, but that's what it looks like to me. So I'll do one of these and some of these. I'm just gonna pick these up together. And I'm thinking I'm gonna do crumb cake for my thing. So I just grabbed I grabbed soft sea foam and Coastal Cabana. Let's see how this turns out. So I've never even stamped with this before. Probably should have stamped and given it some time, but it is meant to have that texture. See this image? So it's meant to have texture in there. And that is great. Maggie, I love that we can pick all these different things and make really fun, cute cards. So here is some soft sea foam. Clean that, and then I'm gonna go right into the Coastal Cabana. Now there's smaller sets. You don't have to do this where it's all stuck on the same block. That was just my choice. I was thinking it would be faster. And then this stamp set actually has Love You on it. So I'm going to stamp that. Trying to think of what color. I do have real red down here. So you could bring in real red, or you could use like Pretty Peacock if you want to kind of stay with the same color scheme. Like if you've come up with colors you want to use, just use those. If you want something that goes with the Coastal Cabana and the soft sea foam. Sorry, I'm trying to be a good girl and put my things away. Because I'm getting a lot of stamps out here. I don't know if I'm going to like the red. Nah, I think I want it to be. I think I'm going to do Coastal Cabana. So have some fun with it. Don't be afraid to get away from traditional colors, and there we go. Now you could write a message on the backs if you're sending this to someone on your list. And you want to send them a tiny card. You could write a personal message and say Happy Valentine's Day on the back. Okay, so let me see if I can quickly find a fish set. I feel like I just saw it. Oh, now here's one. Here's a really old one that I have. I'm sure I have, oh, you know what? There's fish in, let me see. There is fish in the turtle set. Where's the turtle? I don't know where he went. What was that called? Did I have it out? Oh, I did. Here it is. Sea turtle. There are some fish in this set. And then, what do you think, Joan? The Gone Fishing set. Yes, those fish look like, they're kind of grown up to me. They're not, there's one fish in it. So in this set, the Gone Fishing, it does have one fish. So you could use that. I'm trying to think what else I have here. Look through my kids' set. I have a whole bunch of kid images here. So this is what I just could pull quickly. There was this one. Had all kinds of fun sea creatures. This was a host set from, I don't know when, but it has all these cute goldfish. So then you have this, and then you have this. And I liked doing these just because I could stamp them and then add colors. So this could be cute. Now this I have not converted. So and it has the little bubbles and the seaweed. So we'll see if we can get these to stick really quick, and that will be where we make our last card. Might have to show you how to. So this is what I'm talking about. These sets do not stick. So when you stick them in your ink, they don't want to stick. So let me just quickly put some of this on. I happen to have a small piece already cut. So and I put the removable side on my block and then put my stamp down on it. So there's that one. And then you can cut these. I'm just cutting it in half. And they're in strips. And then your stamps will stick again. Yeah, the whale set has fish too. So yeah, I grabbed all of them out. I feel like I had another one, but I didn't see it right away. So sometimes I sell my sets and then I forget what I have. So we're going to use these really quick. See how easy that was just to convert my stamps and put some new sticky on there so I can use them. And oops. Let's see. So I've made 6. This will be the 6th one. And let's just do, I'm just going to stamp everything. I'm going to stamp in Smoky Slate. And I'm going to do a blue color for my fish. And then my bubbles in Pool Party. Sorry, I feel like I'm running out of space here, trying not to get ink on anything. So let's put... This stamp's really light. Sometimes it's been cold in my room, and sometimes that affects how my ink wants to move on the ink pad. So you could bring in some of those little fish from the other sets and add those in. Mix and match. Have some fun with it. Sorry, just trying to get them clean. I'm going to do the bubbles. And then we'll add a little color with our pencils. I like those bubbles, how one's solid and some are open. And I'm just going to add some colors here. And this is a greeny apple green watercolor pencil. see what greetings I have. So this one, the Well Done has some different, now these stamp solid, you wouldn't do any coloring, but it has some really cute things, and it does have a heart in there. So why not, you know, purpose it for that. Let's see, I'm going to use some Coastal Cabana and add some more color to my fish here. Isn't this fun? This would be really fun to do with the kiddos. So whatever you have, grab it out and have a little, give it a little love, have some fun with it, and make a cute set of these little cards. Now, I didn't stamp anything on this one. Trying to think what else. Let me do this one. And if I were stamping it for somebody, for me to give away, I wouldn't mind saying, "Hey kid," but I don't want my kid to say that to another kid. So, I'm going to just ink part of it. I'll show you how I do that. As soon as I get all these things put away. I think I have so many stamp sets out. It's not funny. That's okay. We're using them. We're giving love to those things we've spent money on. Okay, so this is a nice big, it says, "Hey kid, you're awesome," but I'm only going to ink this "You're awesome." And I think I'm going to do the Misty Moonlight. Oh, thank you. I enjoy this so much. And I feel like a lot of times we just get stuck. We get stuck on how a set tells you to use it. And I have criteria for when I pick what stamp sets I'm buying. Am I going to use the images? You know, can I use them for more than the set's telling me they're for? And I like certain things, like the sheep. I love animal images. I love the robots. I like boats and the sea things. And I like to buy things that I can collect and use together. So I have an octopus set. I have a turtle set. I have a whale set. So those things can all be used together as well. And now that we're back into scrapbooking, you can use those images for scrapbooking as well. And make cute little pages from the beach and use those. This set, I believe the set has a die set, and you could make your own die cuts unique to your scrapbook pages with these sets. You do not have to use them just for cards. Now you hear me, I'm literally breathing on my stamp because I inked it and then I didn't stamp it right away, and your ink gets dry. But if you breathe on it, your breath kind of wets that stamp. And, oh, I accidentally got the comma there. You don't want that. And once you kind of re-wet that, it'll stamp. So if you ever do that, you're like me and you're talking and you don't stamp right away. So we could add in some wave lines, some you know, all kinds of things, but I like to keep these kinds of cards very simple. Okay. So, oh, look, I'm pushing everything off my desk. So we made 6 cards. Thank you so much. I still have 2 more that I could use, and I might even use that treehouse set. Like I said, I don't know what we want to use that yet. What my son wants to use, the kids only. This was really cute, though. I made a lot of cards with this. I do have a video on this set because you line everything up. So I like to use a stamp positioner. But I love this set. I think it's super cute. So if you have this, get it out, use it, and say you're awesome on all of them, or make your own message. Like I said, you can print them. This, our basic white cardstock, not the thick, but just the regular basic white, will go through the printer. So you could do that. And I might make something so that I can show you guys how that turns out. But here are 6 cards. We made them all a little bit different. You don't have to use the traditional red, white, and pink color scheme for your Valentine's cards. And I love making these kind of cards for kids. So I hope I've given you some ideas. I hope you're ready to run to your shelf and look through all your images and how you might use them differently. Even the log cabin set, or like I said, we have that airplane set that I adore right now. I feel like I've been making a ton of cards with that. We have so many sets with images that you're collecting these, you're buying them. So think, how can I use these on this type of card? So do you guys have any questions before I let you go for the day? Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. Do I make Easter cards? Yes, I make Easter cards. I typically make them for my church to send out, but I think I'm going to send Easter cards this year for people that I am not going to get to see, that I know celebrate Easter. So yes, I do make Easter cards. And I used to do Valentines for my church too, but I didn't do that this year. So, and something else, if you don't want to say Happy Valentine's Day, think about sending a thinking of you card, or hey, just because. I have some stamps that say just because, and I love that greeting. So I did have a challenge this week. If you're over in my group, I gave the challenge of sending a card this week of someone that just crossed your mind. It doesn't have to be for any reason. It can say hello, just because, thinking of you, hey friend, whatever on the front. But I am encouraging you to either use a card you've already made or make a card with someone in mind. Write them a personal note on the inside and pop that thing in the mail. That's my challenge for all of you this week. I am myself going to be sending some as well. Send the card. Tell somebody they're important. Let them know you've thought about them. It's probably the most important thing we can do. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to let you go for today. I'm going to keep making cards and keep working on some things, but I hope that you've enjoyed this little card making with Beth session. And oh, Joan, I did not get my Valentine's Day card. And you know what, Joan, thanks for reminding me. Let me think about what I did with them. I have a stack of cards here that I wanted to show you guys. Now I got to think about what I did with them. I know Joan asked me, and I forgot every time I went live to go over my Christmas card. So let me do that real quick before we go for the day. So here's one. That I got. You guys know I'm going to redo a card like this soon. I shared that video, or I am sharing that video. Maybe it's coming up. I don't know. But this slant card, I love this. And look, this one has a little extra. Isn't that fun? It had a little treat in there. I wanted to show these I got for Christmas. I love this. Joan, that was from you. Thank you. Isn't this cute? So it has a little greeting on the inside. This was from another one of my card making friends. Isn't it cute? So this is a Christmas card with a latte and a bear on top. Aren't these cute? So, and here's some that I got. No, this isn't a handmade card, but I enjoy cards. And I just thought this really simple card, I really loved this with the stockings. We had a stocking set once upon a time and I didn't collect it. So, but I also loved this. This set is, if it's still around, it is in the Wall Supplies Last. I love a stained glass look. So that's one of my other favorites. And I wanted to show you this because I love the postage, the perennial postage dies. And I thought this was cute. Now this is a bigger card. I think it's a 5x7 or close to it, but I wanted to show you that because I loved it. So, and of course I always love religious cards. So I really enjoyed getting, these were just a handful of cards that I got. Some are handmade, some are not, but I wanted to show you those. Thanks for reminding me, Joan. I didn't get a Valentine's card yet, but I will be looking now. And I didn't send Valentine's cards this year, but I still may. I still have time, don't I? It's not time. It's only the 3rd, so I still have time this week if I want to get some out that are specific to Valentine's Day and not just because. So thank you all for spending some time with me. I will be back this weekend on Saturday for Coffee and a Card Live. I'm so excited. I will be available now most Saturday mornings so that we can have our Saturday morning time together. So I look forward to seeing you again on Saturday. So take care, everyone. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.